And then I slipped and started eating some tater chips. I started eating some tater chips. And then I eat a half a bag, and then next thing I know, sitting down on that couch, I eat the rest of that bag. I picked it, but I seen it. I seen myself, and I'm like, I can't do that. I can't.
If you want to thrive each and every day and not just survive it, you're in the right place. Welcome to Thrive, where faith, family, fitness, and discipline comes together to build stronger bodies, stronger minds, and stronger lives. From the workouts that push you to the meals that fuel you, to the moments with family that remind you why you started, this is your blueprint to level up in every area of life. Show up, get stronger, live with purpose. Let's stop settling and start thriving. Let's thrive.
I got a special guest. We're in a new facility here. So I thought it's only right that I bring the man, the number one man to do it. He is a leader. He do a lot of great things in the community. He's funny, he's talented. And I just want to be able to show y'all a little bit into his life and who he is outside of all the things that you do see. So today's guest is the definition of a man that doesn't just survive life, he thrives through it. This man gave nearly 20 years of his life to hard work and consistency at Frito-Lay before retiring and building his own business from the ground up. We them boys pressure washing. But that's only part of the story. He's a husband that publicly loves and celebrates his wife, a father, a grandfather, a leader in the community, a man of God, a creator, a comedian, a singer, a craftsman, a wedding officiator, a hunter, a fisherman, a golfer, a country soul with wisdom built through real life experience. And for a lot of us growing up, while we were out there on the football field chasing dreams, he was behind the camera capturing moments we'll never forget. See, some men talk about character, some men post motivation, but then there are men who actually live it. This is a man who understands faith, understands family, understands purpose, and understands what it truly means to keep showing up for people. And today, we're getting the full story. Thrive family, I need y'all to make some noise for the one and only Chris Rancho Miles.
What's going on, Jay? What's going on, young man?
Not much.
Glad to be here. Glad to, I'm honored that you would have me, to come in your facility. And as I look around, I'm proud of what you've done here. You're talking about extending the place. Now you starting this podcast. Yeah. I didn't know what to wear, everybody, so I wore my my 50 Cent wife beater. I want y'all to get that side view. Now the real view. There you go. But yes, it's like I said, I'm just honored that you would have me and that you would look at me that way. I always tell people, especially tell my boys, basically to watch how you act, because you never know who's sitting around watching. And coming up, just watching you guys play the sport that you love, and now to see you guys now with families, with kids and chasing your dreams, man, I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
proud of you, man. Proud of you.
Yes, sir. I'm proud of you.
Yes, sir. My guns ain't big as his guns is, but you just wait for it. It's coming. It's coming. Y'all wait. He gonna have me back on. Y'all be like, that ain't the same man.
Yeah, we gonna have you back on.
Yes, it is. I'm still gonna have this curl right here over this eye, and I'm gonna have this good stuff right here. But these right here gonna be a lot bigger. Just wait and see.
There we go. To piggyback off what you said, you never know who's watching, and for me, my dad wasn't there. Great guy, everybody loved him, but he just wasn't present. Mm-hmm. So for me growing up, ever since fourth grade for me, coming from Caswell, then moving here, it was a big reality check. and I had to grow up fast. So then with me not having that man around the house, I had to step up and become the man for my 2 sisters and my mom. And then so she led me to be the man that I am, but she couldn't teach me everything. So with that, I had to, because I knew what I wanted, didn't know everything that I wanted, but I knew what I didn't want as well, which I think is the biggest thing. I knew what I didn't want in the routes that I didn't want to go down. I look for men in my life, and then to grow up, your oldest son, Christian, playing QB and him throwing me the ball my junior year, his senior year, which you being there around me, seeing somebody that I can look up to, with me being a quarterback up under him, then I see you as mom and dad being there, and the way you show up, you happy, excited, and you pushing the others that's around on a Friday night or whatever, and that just encouraged me. You showed me what a dad could be, or what a man is, period. So that you taught me a lot. I don't even know if you knew that, but you taught me a lot. So I appreciate you. I love you for that, and I thank you. And then, so it's all love. It's all love for you.
Well, that's, Jay, that's, just going off what I told my boys, I have to do the same thing, because I never know who's out watching me. I've been coaching. I coached, Cummins receivers back when Christian was just probably same age as your son. He would go with me to practice, be right on my leg, and to see some of those kids I coached then now succeeding, doing well, and still coming to me calling me coach. It makes me feel good inside, that they still remember me. And for what you said, just never knowing who is watching you and what they taking from you. Yeah. I always try to have a positive attitude around kids. I always try to give them, good words of advice. Some of the things that I've been through when you guys are down, be it you're lost or you just can't figure things out in life, taking from what I've been through, pouring into you guys. And like you said about your mom, she did all she could to raise you. But sometimes, single mothers, just like anybody else, sometimes you reach a plateau and you have to give the baton to somebody else because you haven't been in that situation before. Your mom can't tell you how it feels to be a black man in this society. She can't tell you, some of the things that black men go through in life. Or any man, being that the case, because she's a woman. Yeah. So, she did the best she could with you, to a certain point, and now it's time to, get a baton to somebody else. And as far as coaches stepping up, teachers stepping up, men in the community stepping up, being a role model around you, and you're able to watch them. And like you said, it was things in life you knew you wanted to do and things you didn't want to do. Yeah. And the sad part about that is it's a lot of men that didn't realize it coming up. Yeah. And a lot of them made the wrong decisions coming up because either they had the father figure in their life and they just made the wrong decisions, or they didn't have a father figure in their life. So, this world, everybody's going to, walk their path different. Yeah. And to see the path that you have walked, and, I'm very proud of you, man. I guess I keep saying that, but like I said, to see you coming up, through the rankings of, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, then you graduate, then you get married, and you have kids. So, to see you and see you succeeding, it means a lot, for me, for somebody you said you looked up to, and people in this community. to having your own podcast, and I'm hoping you go far with this, man, and, as God see fit to bless you,
Yes, sir.
So, yep.
Amen. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna hop right into it.
Uh-oh, here we go.
We got deep right off the jump.
Ooh, boom,
We're gonna
boom.
keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling. So, you're a man of God. So my first question would be, what role has God played in the man that you've become today?
Basically, I've been in church my whole life. My father was a pastor. I don't know if you knew that or not. My father was a pastor, so as everybody say, I'm a PK. Say we the worst ones, but we just like everybody else. So he's had his hand on me ever since I was a child. My dad tells me a story of me getting up testifying in church. He said I was in elementary school and said that people had been telling them that, oh, he gonna be a preacher just like you, and he was like, no, I want to make people laugh. He said, I see all the sad faces and people frowning all the time. He said, I want to make people laugh. He said, I want to see people smile. And from that testimony that Daddy told me, it was my destiny to be where I am today. God has touched me to where I'm able to do that. Now, let me say this. Have I always done the right thing? No. I try to, but I'm human. And I slipped and I failed, but I get back up, and that's because God had his hand on me. And but he has made me who I am just because of me believing that he can take me where I want to go. So, but he had, and he's still having a large part in my life, taking me down the direction that I like to go.
Yeah, I didn't know that you were a preacher's kid.
Yes.
But that's a stigma that the preacher's kids is the wildest ones.
Yeah. Yes. I was wild, but I wasn't that wild. Now I do know some PKs.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee. You would never know it. You never know. No.
But yeah, it's crazy. But how do you stay grounded spiritually while still being involved in business, entertainment, family, and community?
The biggest thing is knowing without God, the next step I take is not going to be worth anything. Because if I let go of his hand, I'm out here free willing on my own. And, I may take a couple of good steps, but it's not going to be the steps that we have, that I prayed about, that I talked to him about, that he confirmed with me, the direction I wanted to go. My business, I may succeed, but I won't be as big as I want to be. My family, we probably have more problems with what we're having now. Just in life general, I feel that if you don't, you can be happy without knowing God. A lot of people here, they feel they are, but I feel the way I've been brought up and the way I, perceive the word is I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. And me believing that God will make a way out of no way, I don't think it's anything that I can't do, that I put my mind to it. Stepping out on faith to start my own business, starting my own little, Rancho Bartholomew, I don't know where that actually came from, but, just the character that I put together and that everybody loves. and my family, you know, not having any problem with boys, you know, me and my wife, you know, you married now, so you know, you're gonna have those little arguments, you know, but having God in our life, both of us, believing, knowing what's right and what's wrong, you know, it makes living and being married and having a family a lot easier when you got God in your life. A lot easier. I mean, so just knowing them and believing in them, I don't think there's nothing that I can't do.
Yeah, that's something I really growing up having it. I wouldn't say we had it wasn't no hard life, but mentally it could have been. I think it could have been a lot easier. I think if my dad was there. Or a little bit easier on my mom. So then, it ain't even about me. A little bit easier on my mom.
Yes,
that's it. And then, because then it allows her to be living in her womanhood and being the mother that she could be instead of trying to show up for both. But I think through the pain, if the only strength that you have is your own, you ain't gonna last but so long.
No.
And like I recently, this past November, I had my High Rocks competition that I did. My sister, she recorded me, she worked for me and everything. And we drove down to Atlanta, had my family, Luca, my mama, baby sister, and Kenzie. We all went. I was injured the whole time. Injured. My knee messed up. I ain't never been injured in my life, but got injured 2 weeks before the competition. So me mentally, I don't just work out just for the physical. I work out because this is my therapy. This is where I come in here and I pray. So when things got hard during those weeks before, I had to go do acupuncture and all that. A lot of prayer. Get there, got to the starting line, wasn't in any pain. First 5 minutes of it, I was like, okay, we good.
We good, yeah.
The knee showed up. So already, if my knee show up, I got everything else. I'm going to over succeed now because I already know how I am. But then 5 minutes after the first round, knee started hurting. Halfway get through it, so it was a total of like an hour and a half. I'm running a little over half a mile, 0.6 of a mile, pushing 400 pounds, pulling 300 pounds, and you're running in between all 8 stations. So it was a lot, doing 100 meters of walking lunges, 80 meters of burpee broad jump, chest got a touch. So in a lot of pain by the time I'm halfway through. So at least for an hour and 15 minutes at least, I'm in a lot of pain. And by last 30 minutes of that race, I'm in tears. All I could do was run past them, see them, and I'm praying the whole time. When I'm running those 2 laps around 0.6 of a mile, just prayer.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for prayer and my son looking at me and cheering for me, and I didn't want him to see me quit and give up. Even if I had to walk across the finish line, I didn't want him to see me quit. And that's one of the biggest things that I live by. Is just you can fail, just don't give up.
Just don't give up. Yep. Just don't give up.
And through that, I didn't give up through the tears because I'm sitting there praying to God the entire time. God, please let my knee I just need just a little bit of relief. Just a little bit. It ain't even got to stop hurting. Just a little bit.
Just tone it down just a little bit. Yes. Go from this 10 to this 7, maybe to 6.
Yeah, I'll take a 9. And then couldn't walk after. Had to ice it. Swelled up on me a little bit. But if it wasn't for God and my son and me not just relying on my own strength, willpower, and heart, I probably would never finish. I probably would have quit. I wanted to quit.
Yeah.
It crossed my mind to quit, but I knew I couldn't because of those two men.
Yeah. And you know, it says a lot about you, and it says a lot about, like I said, you putting your faith in God. You looking at your son, and you know, be it he's what, 2? He's 2.
2 years, 5 months on the first.
On the first. So you looking at him, and maybe even at that age, because the kids are smart, he look at you and say, well, if daddy quit, you know, then I can quit.
Yeah.
Because kids are smart these days. Kids sit back, they're sponges. They sit back and they watch and they take in everything, you know. But for you to continue to press, continue to pray, and continue to believe God's just going to get you through. And that's, if people would apply that in everyday life, the world would be a better place. But people would, I mean, it's amazing how much believing in God can get you through something.
Yeah.
You know, because like I said, you just have to have that faith. Like I said, to say, you know, have the faith the size of a mustard seed. You know, if you just have that faith like you had, Lord, look, just take a little bit of it off of me.
Yeah.
You wanted to give up, like you said. Yeah. The pain was there.
Yeah.
I mean, you had all the reasons in the world to give up.
Yeah.
But just those two that you named, you had others. You had your sisters there. But just those two, you know, God and your son.
Yeah.
You know. But you made it through.
Yeah, I did.
You made it through.
I did.
So life get hard.
And I made it through, and I didn't get the time that I wanted, because your average time is like 1 hour and 30 minutes. Most people get like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So I got the time that I wanted, but I was just in my own head beating myself up because I know what I got. I know me. Yeah. So I was already shooting for like 1 hour and 10, 1 hour and 12. Yeah. I couldn't even get tired on my runs because I was hurting so bad.
And I'm gonna say this, and my boys will tell you, I said to them all, and I've been saying to them since they was younger. You know, sometimes God puts us through things to see how we're going to react. Now, I can't say that, you know, what you went through, he was testing you for some reason. But sometimes those tests that he puts us through is to see if we're going to call on him to get through what we're going through. You know, this could be preparing you for something else. Yeah. You know, what you just went through is like, okay, well, I did it in that time. So if I'm healthy, you know, look what time I might be able to go through. You know, and it could be for everybody. It could be, you know, your family support, you know, how your family supported you when you was down. Yeah. You know, so, I mean, you just never know these trials and tribulations that we go through and some of the tests that we go through. But when that time and you see why you went through it, at the time has passed, and you be like, that's why I was going through this. Yeah. Lord was preparing me for this. You know, we just never know until that time comes. Yeah. You know,
and I could have came up with different reasons. Like my sister worked for me, so I could have been like, when business gets hard, when business isn't booming, and we aren't getting paid when it's hard, she already done seen me go through the hard, so she know I ain't gonna give up.
Yeah.
So now that's teaching her. This is what we do.
This is what we do. This is what we do. Just like you said, when business get hard, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sit and complain? Are you gonna give up? Just sitting here talking to you now, doing your podcast, you know, I didn't want to start a YouTube channel for a while. But I ain't gonna say doubting myself, but I keep making up excuses why not to go through it. You know, people love what I do. Just put it out there, regardless of what people say. You know, they're going to say whatever they want to say, but, you know, you got to push through it. And I know you reached out to me prior, you know, about coming on, and our times just wouldn't, connect.
I still could have made it happen, but I wanted perfection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
I wanted perfection. I didn't want to bring you in here the way everything was messed up, even though everybody else would see would just be that wall that's sitting over there on that wall with the sign and the cowboy hat and stuff. It would have still looked good, but I wanted everything to be perfect, and I think that messes us all up. My sister, she procrastination, all those things, wanted to be perfect, like you just said. But I think if there's some advice that I can give to you, just go do it.
Yeah.
Just go do it. And even though I could just say it was just a couple of weeks ago that we had talked about us doing it, just go do it.
Yep.
I could have easily still made an excuse to add up because I still ain't done with the place to wait a little bit longer for you to get here. But
keep prolonging.
I was like, no, Jay, we gotta
keep prolonging.
Yeah.
And that's what I talking about the Lord talking to you. Sometimes the Lord talk to us. We know it's Him, but we still, say, okay, Lord, okay, because I said, Lord, give me show me two examples today why, if it's you talking to me, that I should go through what I'm going through. One hit me that morning. Man, we waiting to see Rancho get. I'm like, man, I'm coming. That evening, boom, nerd come, boom. Man, I tell you what, boy, I love to see you. I love to watch you. I'm like, ooh-wee. I said, there you go. There you go right there.
You still ain't listening.
Bingo. And it's, it's like making up excuses. But like I said, it's time. And like I said, this right here is just showing me everything. Look, I done showed you now. Matter of fact, I done told you now I'm getting ready to show you. Jay, call this man. Y'all set something up. But it's, and it's going down everything that I need to see. Because sometimes I have doubts. I don't know if you do or not, but sometimes I have doubts of if it's God talking to me or if it's myself wanting something so bad or not wanting to do something. And my mind is telling me, no, you don't want to do it. Or, yeah, go on and do it. Because I just stepped out a bunch of times thinking, okay, God, I know you telling me this. And it don't work out. So I'm like, no, that wasn't the Lord talking to me. Not at all.
Yeah, I think for me, I have never heard God speak to me, but maybe I need to, the question that you ask God, give me two examples. That might be the question that I need to start asking myself instead of just waiting to try to hear Him. Even though we talk daily, or at least I'm talking to Him, but maybe I need to reframe my questions, ask Him a little bit different, and make sure I'm keeping my listening ears on throughout the day and looking for those. Because I talk to Him, and what I pray for, I get, but I feel like sometimes I'm a good judge of character. I lead with love. I'm a hard worker. I ain't afraid to get my hands dirty, and I want the best for everybody. And if I'm leading with love and God is love, I think that the daily decisions that I make through love and through leading and through serving, I feel like that's His way of talking to me or just showing me the way, even though I haven't heard Him yet.
Yep. And see, it could be you have heard Him, but didn't actually realize it. My wife tells me a lot of time, be specific on what you are asking for. And like I said, we just have to listen. Because I pray every morning, and one of my prayers is, Lord, help me to hear you talking to me. Help me to understand. Help me to know it's you, and not just myself. Because this Christian life, I consider myself maybe 7th or 8th grader. It is, even though I've been in my church my whole life, I just turned 52. It's a lot of stuff I still don't understand about the faith, but I can ask questions. I can read about it. And there's some people out here procrastinating that they know, they may know the Bible, scriptures, all of them. But they are not living through those scriptures. And I still got a long way to go. But I know I'm still making progress, as I get older. And that's one thing that I'm not ashamed to say. I'm not going to act like I know the Bible inside out.
Yeah. And
I know what every scripture means. Mm-hmm. I'm still young. I still ask my pastor questions. I still ask my assistant pastor questions, all the time. If coming up, especially coaches said it's no dumb questions. Mm-hmm. But you look dumb if you don't ask the questions and doing something you ain't supposed to do. I used to get that all the time. Coach, I was afraid what everybody else was going to say. No, but now you out there running the wrong route because you was afraid to ask me that. Now everybody laughing at you because you done ran into your own man and you was supposed to went this way. So, I would just say, Jay, just keep doing what you're doing, and just, like I said, be more specific about, when you're talking to God, how you two, communicate, because he's probably talked to you, especially with where you are now in your life. Mm-hmm. You didn't ask for things and he didn't gave things to you and you didn't did certain things. But like I said, just knowing when it's him talking to you, that's the hard part for me anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just like, is it me? I said, I sure do want that sub over there. But Lord said, that's too much bread for you. You don't need to be, Lord, is that you talking to me? Or is that my stomach saying go on? But this faith thing, man, it's you have to continue to study. You have to continue to read the word. And, just like schoolwork, you got to apply yourself in it. So, So just like I said, just keep living, doing what you're doing, and eventually you'll start hearing.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
I will.
Yep.
How do you lead your family spiritually without feeling like you have to be perfect or they have to be perfect?
Because growing up, my boys have always been in church. I never forced them. My dad never forced me, even though he was a preacher. You hear some of the stories of kids was always in church 24/7. Prayer meeting, Bible study. Going over. Back then they was having Bible study at members' houses and things like that. We never got forced to go. If I would ride with my dad sometime to his church in Henderson when my mom couldn't go. I was younger then. I mean, elementary school, but having them in church coming up, and them understanding service, because you can have a child in church all day long, but just like a classroom, if they don't understand what's going on, it don't mean anything. I mean, eventually, they're around it, but I feel that they know, especially coming up, what I expected out of them. They watch me go to church. They watch me go to prayer meeting. They watch me go to Bible study when I did go. And I truly believe by me living a Christian life and walking by faith, that they watch me and they followed in my footsteps. Because about going back to you saying being a role model, they'll tell you that Christian and Ken to tell you that they look up to me. how I raised them, how I treated their mother, just how the people I kept around them, trying to protect them and keep them out of harm's way, So now they're having problems of their own, and they'll contact me and be like, Dad, is it a scripture that I can go to, or, I'm going through this. Why? What should I do? What should I say? And it means a lot to me that they can come to me with some of the problems that they're having, and asking me, if there's a certain, scripture in the Bible that they can go to help them go through what they're going through. So that lets me know that they know, they can call on me about, situations that they may not understand about the Bible that can get them the answers. Yeah.
Well, that lets you know that you led the right way. I mean, I ain't gonna say perfect, but for them to look up to you and want to come back to you, I'm sure they probably seen you not be the perfect father or the perfect husband or child of God or whatever, but they're still able to come back and want that guidance. And that's what I want to be for my son and my daughter as well. So all the questions that I'm asking you, I'm curious, and I really want to learn. So that's why these questions are the way that they are.
Well, I'm glad, and I'm glad you are asking questions about faith, because you have some people that will run from those questions, or some people scared to ask people about those questions. And when I leave here, go wherever I'm going, I want people to look at how I walk, how I talk, and to see a glow around me that be like, you know what, he's a man of God.
It's an energy.
And that's the way I want to live my life, to where people around me can just look at me and see that I'm a man of God, that I feel God. So, you keep living the way you living, man, and doing what you're doing. And like I said, I can see it in you. You're not afraid to talk about it. Some people, they get shy, especially at a young age. They worried about what their peers are going to say. Man, I can't believe you went to revival. I can't believe you, this, that, and the other. But I tell people, God has done so much for us. I don't want him to, look at me and be like, I don't know you. Because when you was around everybody else, you act like you didn't know me. But I believe he's done too much for me not to tell everybody how good he is.
Same. He's definitely blessed us, because I never would have thought that I would be where I am right now. And if it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for my sisters, my mom, and me meeting Kenzie, she was a freshman, I was a junior. It's been 12 years. And we done been through a lifelong of trials that would have boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, husband, wife. We done been through a lot, through like family loss. Like my dad passed 3 years ago. Still loved him and everything. Dog having like some cancer, having to spend over 10 grand for that. And me coming from a black family, they ain't about to spend that on no.
What? Not on no dog.
Come on now.
Oh, Lord. Go, James, go get me the shovel. I'm going to put Nook back here by the clothesline.
And that right there, the love that she showed and the prayers that I heard, that showed me the type of person, the type of woman she is, and the way she was raised. So I knew if she would do that for the dog that she gave me when Lucy was 2 months old when I was in college, I'm in good hands. I ain't jumping out of heaven.
But you're still young, and y'all are still young. Far as being that y'all started dating when y'all was in high school, and that was the same way with me and Kim. She was a junior, and I had been out of school for a year, So I tell a lot of people, I said, she really never really dated anybody else outside of me.
That's how Kenzie was.
I was like, so we've been together since she was a junior in high school. I went to 2 proms.
Yeah.
After I got out of school. So I'm like, geez, another prom. Yeah. So y'all been together for a while. So you can look to have those type of arguments because you still wasn't, mature, and you're still not mature. So you're still learning each other. Every day it's going to be something different that, well, I didn't know she was going to act like that if I did this or did that. So you're still learning. But like I said, God put her in your life and put you in her life because y'all was made for each other. So y'all done made it through some of the thick and thin. So it's going to get easier as time go on because now you know each other, and like you said, for her to love, a dog the way she loved the dog can only say how she's going to love you as a husband, as a father, as a friend, So like I said, if something happened to you, the love is going, money's not action, our option, she going to do what she have to do to take care of you, so be it you get old, she just ain't going to ship you off somewhere and be like, man, you got to go. I got him. So it's like, I know I'm be taken care of.
Yeah. And her love, like it's been 12 years and she has not switched up. She wants to be with me 24/7. Like I ain't never seen no other woman like that, which says a lot about me. So then I'll reflect on myself. Jay, what are you doing right? What can you do better? But I'm like, baby, I need at least an hour. Let me come out here in the gym. I need my hour for me so that I can be my best, so I can give you all the energy and everything that you need. And then everybody else that's pulling at me in different ways and stuff like that. So it's amazing to be able to have a woman like that in my life at a young age, and high school sweethearts she was a freshman, I was a junior, but like you knew that we was made for each other, and God brought us together because her name is Kenzie Vance. Her mama's maiden name was Jeannie Williams.
Jeannie Williams. Okay.
She was already a Williams.
She was always a Williams.
So it was Jeannie. Now it's Jeannie Williams Vance, and now it's Kenzie Vance Williams.
Yeah. See, that's how God is.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go on and put some more decorative toppings on top of that. My mother was a Miles before she met my father. Correct? Okay. Kim was a Miles before we got married. So it's 4 sets of Mileses between me, my daddy, my mama, and Kim. 4 sets of Miles. So I had to do my research to make sure we wasn't Kim. I didn't want my family tree going straight. I wanted everybody to branch out. So I didn't want boys that be looking at Christian and be like, your mom and daddy was some Kim, wasn't it? Yeah. So, but like I said, you go back and you look at stuff like that and be like, man, it was meant. It was meant to be. And I'm gonna give you one piece of marriage advice. Some people may say, no, don't do y'all. Let them do. Jokers always older jokers, because when I do shows, I would ask different questions and stuff like that. Raise your hand if you've been married 50 years. Some of them 75, 80 years. I'm like, good Lord. And some of the things they would say was, you can't be up under each other all the time, because now you don't know what it's like to miss each other. So I know both you guys work. So when you come home, you see each other. But she needs to have her space. Yeah. You need to have your space. Be it, coming out here, doing what you're doing, even if it's a girl weekend getaway. So when she do come back home, you're like, babe, I missed you so much. Or, Jay, I missed you so much. Lord, have mercy. And then it makes it fun when you see each other. Yeah. Cause like I said, even if they gone away a day. Yeah. And be like, I sure do miss my baby. Yeah, Lord Jesus, when you come back. But, because sometimes when you're always up under each other, sometimes some of the little smallest arguments start. Mm-hmm. You be like, I can't even just sit down and watch TV. I want to look at football today, or I want to look at the stories. Mm-hmm. It's just sometimes it's just little small things like that. But then sometimes, like I said, everybody's different. Some people just love being up on each other.
And that's we already how far we are. 12 years, almost seem like could be 24 years. Mm-hmm. Because we didn't been through that. Yeah. We didn't already had that conversation. We needed to learn how to miss each other. Yeah. Because we've been up under each other. So that's like this weekend, she gonna let me go to the lake with her and her dad and boys. We're gonna go down to the lake and stuff, to the lake house. And go ahead, go enjoy yourself. She told me I go Friday and Saturday. I'm like, no, I actually love y'all. I actually want to be here. So I'm going to take Friday. I'm going to be here with y'all Friday. I'm going to go down Saturday, do some fishing and stuff like that, record a little bit. But that's what it's about. You guys seeing that, and when you can see that, then it lets me know that both of you guys, are looking at it at the same way. Yeah. Y'all done been there. Y'all done been through it. And you're learning from what you done been through. If you never learn from what you done been through, you're in trouble. Yeah. Because you're not looking at it, or you don't want to learn. You just want to be the same person you was back then, and you're not growing. And we done heard too many people say, like they done broke up over finances or something, or loss of communication.
Bingo.
That's the one thing, we rarely, it's little tips that we might disagree, but then sometimes we can agree to disagree. It ain't no full blown argument or nothing like that. It's always respectful, but we're communicating. Soon as she feel like I done something wrong, whether I knew it or not, she called me out on it. Yeah. Or I call her out on hers, and it's respectful, and because we set that standard at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Because we set that standard at the beginning, now if we didn't, and 12 years later she called me out on something, then there's a problem.
There's a problem, yeah.
For 12 years, or at least since we've been sleeping with each other, or just spending the night with each other during high school or something, we say our prayers together. Mm-hmm. We put our foreheads together every single night. Unless she falls asleep with her head on my chest, and that's a prayer to me. We say our prayers every single night, foreheads together, and that's something that we always do, and we don't go to bed mad. Even if we don't, we still might disagree or something, but we're not going to bed mad without talking about having that communication. With whatever happened. Yeah. And when I say we happy, it's blissful.
And Jay, that's what it's about, and I wish more people was like that. And I think the problem is a lot of people just don't want to grow up. Mm-hmm. And you said it, communication is the key. You have to talk about things, because you can't hold on to something and then explode, because now you're letting everything that you held on to come out. Yeah. And held it, then that last straw. And now you, instead of y'all talking about it as it happened, instead of I know sometime, okay, you know what, it ain't the right time. Yeah. The kid's up, I'm not going to say anything, but eventually we need to talk about something. Yes. Okay, well, time we talk about it. And I think that's why a lot of marriages are not making it and another reason is, like I said, financial. I think that might be the number one thing, is because everybody's so stressed out. Mm-hmm. And they feel, okay, I need to get out of this. and go over here with somebody else that may help me out more, or, it's just whatever the reason is. And, then they find out the grass ain't greener on the other side. Because Terry or Sharika just as broke as James was.
Yeah.
So I was going over here thinking it was going to be better, but it's the same thing. Instead of me just holding on and praying about it and saying, Lord, just give us strength to make it through this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like people want the quick fix.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Like you do, and just like related to fitness, to working out. They think I'm about to go to the gym one day or 7 days.
Yes, sir.
And then I'm gonna come next week. My body, I lost 30 pounds in 7 days.
There it is.
It don't work that fast.
We were just talking about that, and I'm not down on anybody for doing this. So I don't want y'all in the messages going off on me. If you need it, I want you to take it. But this Ozempic, boy, these jokers running around here with these big heads, and ain't work for it. If you health wise, if you have to take it, because you're just that big, diabetes or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I take. But if you are taking it because you are too lazy to get in the gym and do what you're supposed to do, or push away from the table, stop it.
And that's what I got clients that's taking the GLP-1s.
See, I don't know which one it is. All I know is Ozempic. That's all I know.
So Ozempic is a GLP-1.
Okay.
So the GLP-1 is the big bubble, and then you got different companies that Ozempic with Wegovy, Guardians, all these type of different kinds of GLP-1s that help you lose the weight. But it's all for diabetics. It's been around for years, but they taking it away from the people that actually have diabetes, which most people probably do got diabetes, and they don't even know it. Don't know it
because they ain't going to the doctor to find out about it. Yeah, come on now.
And then and this is like serious, because I actually do work with people, but the GLP-1s, the Ozempics, will not work if you don't fix what got you to why you're wanting to change anyway. Because the mindset, your relationship with food, your relationship with who you are now, your relationship, why are you hating yourself? Approach it from, let's get healthy, let's get fit because I love myself.
Because I love myself.
Not because I hate myself. If you approach it from hating yourself, you're going to have a good week, and then
you're going to go right back. You're going to go right back. And see, just what you said. They have to want it, far as turning around and saying, I love myself. How much do you love yourself? You love yourself enough to stay around here longer for your kids, your grandkids, your husband, your wife, your mother, your father, okay, if you love yourself that much, I'll say, okay, listen, I'm going to take it. I'm going to get in the gym. I'm going to do what I have to do to where I don't have to take it anymore. I'm going to push away from the foods that I know I'm not supposed to eat. And it's basically, food is a drug.
It is a drug. It's a chemical reaction.
It's a drug. And people, everybody have different cravings. At one point in time, man, I couldn't go without a Mountain Dew. I mean, I had to have my Mountain Dew. I'm going to have at least one a day, but then I got to thinking about it. I'm like, dude, what do you need that for? And then when I stopped drinking them and I said, well, I'm going to go out to eat, I was like, I cannot eat Chinese food with water. I have to drink. Now, if I go out, I have to drink. I can't drink water with that. So I get me a Mountain. And when I get one, I can't drink it. I can, because it's so sweet.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here now, looking a little thick. But I'm still doing what I'm supposed to do, eating right.
You don't have to have a 6-pack. You don't have to.
No.
You don't have to have all those things. You just, if you do the least, do the least amount of work to get the most out of it. And people think I need to go to the gym every single day.
Nope.
People want to work out every day like I do. I do it because I love it. It's my business, but I do it because I love it. That's your hobby. This is my hobby. It's my therapy. This is when I literally thrive. Faith, family, fitness is literally what I do in here. This is my prayer. it's more than just what I see in the mirror or what I see on the scale. But most people go wrong with, they want to switch everything all at once. They want to go to the gym 7 days a week, stay 2 hours. Just go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Walk on the other days. Just walk. You don't have to run.
Get you a schedule and stick to that schedule.
Just be consistent. Even if you only went to the gym twice for 30 minutes, that's going to be better than you not doing anything.
And then, too, on the other side of that is, a lot of people are trying to stop cold turkey.
Yeah.
And that is, I've tried it. I've tried to stop everything cold turkey. I have to, branch myself off of it. Okay, today I'm drinking nothing but water all day long. Okay, tomorrow what I'm gonna do is, or like I said, Thursday, I will start walking around, the block. I'm gonna start, let's say, 3 times around the block, depending on the size of your block. Okay, when next week come, okay, I'm letting my carbs go. Okay, I'm gonna start walking around the block 5 times. Everybody's different. Some people are able to do that. Yeah. I can do it if I want to. Kim get mad at me when I say I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Like start next week. I start everything. So, but like I said, man, you just keep the faith and the faith, family, and fitness.
And fitness.
But that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Putting your faith first, then your family, and then this your quiet place.
Yeah. Yeah. You publicly celebrate your wife, and this question came up because it was just her birthday a couple weeks ago, wasn't it? Yep. And I seen you step out and you're singing, you're dancing, you're out on the floor. It kind of reminded me of myself a little bit. And I'm gonna be honest, I was sitting on the toilet. Watching it. And I watched that whole thing. Kenzie in there, why are you laughing? Why are you in the bathroom so long? So then she watched it and we had a good time looking at it. But you publicly celebrate your wife in a way most men don't anymore. Why is loving your wife out loud important to you?
Because it lets her know that I'm not ashamed of who God blessed me with. It let her know that, I want everybody to know that's mine.
That's mine.
I don't have a problem, posting pictures of my wife, throughout the year, not just on birthdays, anniversaries, because it's who God blessed me with, and I got to be happy for that.
Yeah.
And not even that. I think my wife fine. I think I got the beautifulest wife in the world. Because if
somebody better recognize it.
Bingo. And
Yeah,
and that's and we just have that. And some women may be not even say be ashamed, but they shy from or men to shy from their husband or wives doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we've been together so long, and she already knew. She said, "I knew you was gonna do something.
Yeah.
I knew you was gonna do something.
It wouldn't be you. You wouldn't be you if you didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
Then that's a that might be a problem later on, right there.
Bingo.
Because you ain't being your
Yeah. And I like I said, and that's just we are, and that was her 50th. And I do stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, Jay, is people think I act like that at home. No, I'm the calm and the relaxed one at home.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. At the front door package. But when I'm at home, they the ones cutting up. Christian, Kennedy, Kim, all them the ones cutting up when I'm at home. Even though the boys are cut up a little bit when they're out, but they don't, nobody actually sees them, wilding out like they do me. I get out in public, I'm gonna cut up when I get out in public.
Yeah.
So she was like, I wonder what Rancho was gonna do. So yeah. So that was it, man.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. That was good. Mm-hmm. You did your thing on that.
Yeah,
and I was like, is he really performing this long?
Yes.
I was like, this is a long. That ain't no short song.
No, that's a long, and that's her favorite song.
Oh yeah.
And that's her favorite song. Yeah. And actually, Kendi cut it off. He was like, Daddy, it still has. I said, thank you for cutting it off. I said, because I had got tired.
Yeah.
I had got tired.
When you slid across the floor.
Yeah. And see, and a lot of people didn't see it or didn't realize it. But before I took off, I just didn't dive.
Yeah.
I was preparing myself. You know, I got a little bit lower, so when I slid, because my body was like, you old.
Yeah.
Don't just jump down on this floor like we gonna heal tomorrow. So I had to prepare myself for that.
That was good. That was good, though.
Yeah, man.
What have your sons taught you about becoming a better man?
I would say trying to be, as we talked about earlier, trying to be the best role model I can be for them. Watching them grow up, go through what they've been through. Just, man, I'm telling you, I'm about to get tear out of it.
Yeah, go ahead, man. This is what we do.
To see them where they are now, and the steps that they have made in life, it makes me proud. It makes me proud. From Christian going back, having heart surgery, coming up, to stepping up.
Take your time.
After Harry passed, a lot of kids wouldn't be able to do that. To fill his shoes at that age. Kenny going through what he went through his senior year, turn his ACL, not being able to finish the sport that he loved. And for them both to continue to push to be where they are now, it lets me know that I molded some great kids. And I'm telling you, man, you'll see when them babies get older, they get married, they bring you grandkids. You'll be proud of it, man. And that's all I can say, man, because I love my boys. I follow them everywhere they've been. I think I've only missed one game of each of theirs, from rec to college. You know, and for them to call me when they need me, call me when they have questions about different things, man, it just, like I said, that feeling, man, you just can't beat it. Like I said, and that time is coming for you. And when they get older and get out the house, they still gonna call looking for money. You know, can you come pick me up? But you don't mind doing it because you watch them grow. They're doing good. They're not out in the streets. They're not selling drugs. You know, they're holding jobs down. You know, so yeah, they're giving back. Like Christian's giving back now, coaching.
Where we graduated
Where he graduated from. Yeah. So,
and I did my internship there for the strength and conditioning.
Yeah. So, you know, just to see y'all go back and give and see, you know, what can I do to help the next generation coming up be better than what I was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Proud of you.
Yep.
Yep. You got me in tears over there.
Man. Yeah. You start talking about my family, man. Boys, man, I love them boys.
Yeah, and it's just because I was there. I remember Christian having the heart surgery. Mm-hmm. I was there when Harry died. I was already graduated when Kennedy, his senior year. But to see you sit there and talk about them and knowing that hey, that's what I wanted from my dad.
Yeah.
So, and for me I didn't get it, but now I can give it.
Yes.
So that's.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to don't go overboard with it. I will say that, to where you have some of these dads out here just take it to the extreme, where they think their kid is better than what their kid really is. Let your child make the decisions. Yeah. When they get older, don't try to force everything down their throat. I told my boys, listen, once y'all get to middle school, whatever sports you don't want to play, you don't have to play. I said, but coming up, I said through rec, I said, because at that age, you don't know how good you're going to be in what sport you're going to be in. Yeah. So we're going to play soccer, we're going to play basketball, football, basketball. They played all that. But then when they make the decisions, when they get older, that I don't think that's the direction I want to, that's fine. Yeah. And sit back, let the coach. Mm-hmm. You train them at home, which I know you're going to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we already in training. Yeah. Luca, he's all boy. He's rough.
Yes.
Chris, I didn't know it was gonna be like this.
Yes, but that's what you want.
Yeah. I love it, and then it's like then he wear us out because he jumping, he hanging, he running into stuff. But he want to do everything that I want to do.
He watching you.
He want to throw the hat on.
He watching you.
The boy be in his diaper, a cowboy hat, and boots.
I done seen the pictures.
Yeah.
I done seen the pictures. But that's what I'm talking about, Jay.
Yeah.
He's watching you.
Yeah.
He's looking at you. And he's wanting to do everything that you do.
Yeah.
You already his role model and you don't even know it yet. Yeah. He's looking at you now, oh, daddy doing this, daddy doing that. That's why I say you have to watch what you do around and say what you, because I'm telling you, every now and then a word to slip out that we don't want to slip out around the child. And we wonder, they use it at the exact wrong time, but they use it in the right frame. And you looking at him like, how did you know that you first of all, why you say that around everybody?
Yeah.
And then everybody looking at you like, I wonder where he got that from.
Yeah. And with he got a country accent when he talk, especially with a lot of words that he's saying. And sit. He don't say sit the way, and then like he'll go with my mama and my sisters and them, and they'd be like, Luca just said SHIT. I was like, he only gonna say it because he didn't heard y'all say it. He ain't heard me and Kenzie say it. But we were like, no, he actually said sit, but it sounded like because he boss. Like we can tell he gonna be a leader. Yeah. He already bossing. It ain't. He want what he wants. Mm-hmm. I mean, he gets it, but it's he rough. Yeah. He rough.
But
he's a blessing.
He's making you stronger.
Yeah.
Because now you happen to walk that straighter line. Yeah. Because he's watching. Mm-hmm. So now if you were sitting around the house not doing nothing, not motivated, what you think he gonna do? Mm-hmm. He either gonna sit in front of that TV or sit on that tablet and do nothing.
Yep. And we don't give him the tablet.
Yeah.
Because we outside.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say. You bring them outside.
You see the whole backyard filled up with toys.
Toys everywhere.
Yep. Got 4-5 cars.
I thought y'all were having a nursery. I thought y'all had a nursery over here. And the toys and stuff was outside.
You should see inside the house. When we finish, we're gonna walk through the house.
I'm but you know what? He's outside. Yeah. He's gonna understand what the heat is. He gonna understand what is cold. What to be like to be cold. He's not gonna be one of those. I call them house childs, where they never come outside. So when they do come outside, Mama, it's so hot. I don't want to be out here. Mm-hmm. They don't, they don't put them in those type of rec sports. They, and that's what's going on now. Yeah. And then you see some of these kids, they don't know how to throw, especially little boys. They don't know how to throw a ball. They don't know how to kick a ball. And when it's time for them to run, you look at them like, why is he running? Because parents are keeping their kids inside more. And I understand, sometimes you're in a bad neighborhood. Yeah. Sometimes there's no other kids, around. But you being a parent, you have to say, okay, I'm going to have to put aside some of the stuff that I got to do. And I'm going to go outside with this child, even though I may not want to
ride down the street and go to the park. Whereas it might be a little bit safer.
Bingo, yeah. because it's a plenty of parks around Alamance County that you can take your kids to, and just let them play with other kids.
Yep.
So but just keep doing what you're doing, man,
Yes, sir.
and keep him watching you, and just bring everything to him. I mean, bring him out here, teach him how to do podcasts, because you just never know which direction he's gonna go down.
Yeah.
It may not be the direction you want him to go down.
Yeah.
But like you said,
we gonna guide him as much as we can.
Yep.
But we, like, both of us grew up playing sports. She all state in 2 sports, all conference, all region, all that. So, and played in college and everything. So, he gonna have that background, but we aren't gonna necessarily force him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we want him to love it. Like, right now he's in gymnastics. We got him in gymnastics because we want him to be safe. Like, we don't want you, if he wants to climb up off the dumbbell rack, because he will.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it, but now you're gonna know how to land and be safe with it. That's the only thing.
You're gonna know how to climb up it better.
Yes.
Yeah. Because when we came up, gymnastics was us jumping up in a tree.
Yeah.
That was just jumping. We climb a tree. We could do. Now, like I said, kids do not go out. Kids don't do that. So, and you can tell the ones that do, by just, like you said, if you go to the park and the kids are running around, you be like, that's an outside kid. That's an outside kid. That kid right there in the house, because he's sitting up on top of the slide, like, I ain't going down there. So, but this world, J man, I'm gonna say this, because you and Christian, are basically the same. You guys married outside the race, and people gonna look at you differently when you go out. I know you done already, seen it. Already been through it. Talking about your children. They're gonna look at your child different, but don't let that deter you from going where you want to go and doing what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
Because that's who God put in your life. And I tell Christian all day long, him and Kenny, I told him, I said, I don't care who you date. I said, as long as you love them and they love you, I said, it don't matter what race, what creed, what religion. I said, if you are happy, I said, that's what it is.
Yeah. That's pretty much what my mama said.
Yeah. I said, because, you could have stayed and married a black lady, a woman, and been just as miserable as all get out because you wanted to marry a black woman. You wanted to try to keep it, right. This day and time, like back in the day, okay, you may not have heard about that stuff back in the day, but now that people are free to live like they really want to live, man, look, y'all enjoy y'all life. Don't worry about what nobody else say. Raise them kids. Raise them kids and have fun. And, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But I look at you as, like I said, as one of my sons, man, just watching you grow, seeing you on YouTube, man, and starting your own little thing. You be cracking me up when you don't be having no shirt on. I said, this cat right here, boy. I said, that's when you know you're proud of your body. I said, you had a cowboy hat on and the boots. I said, and no shirt and workout shorts. I said, that cat right there. I said, he being him.
Yeah,
I said, don't change for nobody.
I could have changed. Like, we grew up Caswell County. That's where we're from. And I think that's where that's where my roots were planted. That's where my seeds were planted. And then, of course, 4th grade, we moved. And then I got away from that. Then I started seeing everybody else wearing the Jordans and the Forces and the Timbs and all that stuff. And I just wasn't.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't me. But then once I got to 8th grade, 9th grade, and I was like, all right, it's a lot more. Even it's white people, but they wearing some boots now. Okay, now so I can live a little bit more freely. So it's just been And then her, we like total opposite. She the one that's want to wear the Timbs.
The Timbs, yeah.
She like 4-5 pair of Timbs. Rap music.
Yeah, all that.
Her favorite rapper, Young Dolph, and NBA YoungBoy. So that's her.
Yeah.
And I'm the one that's sitting back. Let's turn some country music on or some R&B or something.
Flip flop.
Yeah.
It flip flop. And see, that's the thing about it. That's you was allowed to be you.
Yeah.
She's allowed to be her.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, okay, well, I can't play, no rap, because I'm white. No. Christian come home, listen to country music. I'm like, boy, what is? And that's how it was with me. I started working in a place back when I probably was 18, 19. I started working at a place, and they played country music the whole day. I found myself coming out of work, getting in my car, finding a country station. Mm-hmm. I tell you, only music I can't listen to is that heavy metal. I can't do that. And that's the only. I can listen to anything else, but the heavy metal I can't. And now the older that I get, I find myself being like my dad. And when he would get in my car and he would say, "Man, every time I get in this car, all I hear is boom, baka, boom, baka, boom, baka, boom. You can't understand nothing they saying." And that's where I feel with these rappers now. I'm like,
I don't like none of it.
I said, what did he just? I said, what did he just say? So, Christian come home playing country music, and I found myself knowing some of the country songs because I'll listen to all that stuff, man. But it just whatever pleases you, and I'm glad that you are continuing to be you, and you're not changing to please nobody. Because I feel once a person starts changing to please somebody, they're not being their self, and they're actually not giving whoever they're with 100% of them. Yeah. Because once you start changing, trying to be somebody that you're not, it's not going to last, because you're going to find that you're not going to be happy not being who you want to be. Yeah. So if the cowboy hats is you, the boots, all that, walk around with no shirt, until mama say, "Hey, no, it's too many women out here. I need you to put a shirt on." Yeah. And I want it to be long sleeve. So, you just continue to be who you are. Yeah. Continue to love your family, love your boys and your daughter, mold them. Because you still got somebody right there still look up to you. Mm-hmm. I don't know if she ever tell you, but if she working for you.
No, she don't tell me. She don't never tell me.
She don't tell you, but believe me, you know it.
Yeah.
And when the time come and she do tell you, you know how I just broke down a little while ago? Mm-hmm. It's gonna get you. Yeah. Because you watched her grow. Yeah. She was watching you, and your younger sister was watching you, and you see where she is now. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, man, it's just, I keep going back to, it's somebody always watching. Yeah. Somebody always watching.
What does being a present father actually look like in real life? I feel like that, like I can catch myself overcompensating, because I built my life right now to where I can train. I don't have to leave the house unless I want to. Yeah. Because I can bring all my clients here. This is why I built what we built here, to be able to have more time here at home, because that's one thing that I didn't have, or my mom didn't have, was my dad being there or her boyfriend not being there. Mm-hmm. So I try to make sure that as a husband, as a father, I show up not just with the money. Yeah. And just say, I've been at work all day, now I get to come home, kick my feet up. You still got to take care of these kids. I need a hot plate. Mm-hmm. No, I'm cooking every meal because I love to. Yeah. I'm the better cook anyway. Yeah. I still change just as many diapers. Mm-hmm. I do just as many dishes, fold just as many clothes. So how have you found that balance? Well, maybe balance is the wrong word, because I don't think balance is it really isn't balance. It's how you make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I struggle with for years.
Yes. Well, it's being a young man, a young father. Sometimes, like I said, y'all been together since you was a junior. So it's gonna take a lot of learning. You still got a lot of learning to do. Mm-hmm. Because when I was coming up, Christian was born. I was 21. So we still young, you know. It's just it becoming a father that early. For me, it made me mature a lot faster.
Yeah. Okay.
Because now Kim's at work, Kim's at school. I got to take him with me. You know, either we're gonna have to pay somebody to keep him. So he goes with me to practice. He goes with me here. He goes with me there. You know, we spend quality time together. Like you said, Kim's the better cook. But I'll get in the kitchen and cook if I have to. Mm-hmm. You know, if she was going to school, so I had the boys till she came home from school, and then she started working third shift. So she was asleep during the day. So I had the boys. So, you know, it's what you make it. You know, if you want to be there for your family, if you want to be there for your kids, you'll do what you have to do. It's just like work. You know, you got to go to work if you want to get paid. You know, so you got to be that father figure or that role model if you want to see the kids turn out the way you want them to. So it's the thing of, if you can make time to work out, if you can make time to schedule stuff for your clients, you can make time for what you have to do with your child or your spouse.
Yep.
Sometimes you may not, you know, feel like it. Sometimes, you know, you may not want to go. But if you've been out here all day working out and the missus be like, well, I want to run up to Target to pick some things up. But you get in the car and go anyway. Yeah. You suck it up, because what type of sacrifices is she making for you? You know, when you was trying to build this, you know, you trying to bring in the clients. You know, business a little bit slow, but she's working and she's got more finances coming in than you do right now. But she's still there. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's making sacrifices when sometimes you don't want to, or sometimes you're tired. You know, like I said, you've been out here all day. It's hot before you got the air conditioning put in here. You know, you're out here sweating. You know, you're working out outside, and then you got to go in the house and you got to change diapers. You know, or, you know, you got to keep the child for, you know, 2 or 3 hours because, you know, the missus is studying or she got clients or whatever. You know, it's sacrifice to be made, you know, coming up, raising kids. Yep.
What legacy do you hope your grandkids feel when they talk about Chris Rancho Miles one day?
That right there, man, that's a funny question, because believe it or not, my number one, Rancho Bartholomew's number one fan is my grandson.
Mm. There you go, right there.
He don't go a day without going to somebody's phone, making them pull up Rancho. He knows my karate one I just put out with Sensei Rancho. He knows that by heart, word for word. He goes through the acts and he goes through all of it. And that's one of the reasons why I have to go through with starting a YouTube.
There you go.
Because he looks at that stuff. And if I can get him to look at that stuff, you know, and enjoy looking at it, you know, it's just, you know, that's my heart.
Yeah.
You know, that Joker, man, he paw, you know, he's a paw boy. And for me to see him enjoy looking at me, I already know that when he get older, I can stop tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's gonna show his kids Rancho Bartholomew.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a legacy that's gonna continue to live, because he's gonna continue to show them what I did coming up.
Yeah.
And that's gonna make me, do a little bit more.
And to kick you in your butt a little bit more, light a little fire up under your ass.
Yes.
is what most
Bingo.
people would say.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, he's gonna look up to somebody else that will. Mm-hmm. And that's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Because we sit in the house, we looking at videos. Yeah, when I'm by myself, usually I'm looking at videos, getting inspiration from other leaders that I like. But when he's around, he hear his dad on that TV.
On TV.
On that phone, he watching his dad.
Yeah.
So it's
and
amazing.
that's, like I said, and that's gonna be motivation for him, because now, he's looking at, well, this is what daddy did.
Yeah.
This is what daddy do. So when he comes up, want to follow in your footsteps.
Yeah.
Or either they want to be better than what you were. They want to do more than what you do. Did. So like I said, when he come up and he get high school, the change is gonna be, that's not telling what social media is gonna be like then. That's not gonna tell him what's this world is gonna be like, and what they are going to do that's gonna be so much totally different than what you did. The sky's gonna be the limit.
Yeah.
The sky's gonna be the limit. So yeah, but that's gonna be my legacy, man. For my grandkids, I want them to remember Rancho Bartholomew, and maybe carry on, Rancho Jr. or something like that.
Yeah.
But I just never know.
Yeah,
You just never know what's coming.
Right on. So you still take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. Why do you believe fitness matters as a man, as a father, as a dad, as a husband, especially as we age?
With me, it's always been a roller coaster with fitness. Like now, I can turn it on. Like I said, Monday I'll start my workouts. I got a golf tournament coming up in 2 months. I'm trying to prepare myself for that. But summertime, I do all my losing. Then fall, winter, go back up, and but I never let myself get too far. I can wear the same pants. They may be just a little bit tight, but and this some maybe, but but what I believe is I done seen family members and I done seen friends. We talked about with diabetes, whatever level it is, they happen to take that shot, and that's something that I don't want to do. I seen my sister have a heart attack last year, April 29th, and she's lost a ton of weight. And I keep trying to push her, to do better, and I can't push her to do better if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. A couple times when I was working out, doing what I was supposed to do, she was telling me, Chris, you too small. You don't look right. But I told her, I said, I want to live as long as God allows me to live. But as long as He allows me to live, I'm going to take care of this house that He's given me.
Your temple.
Yes. So what I'm doing is, it's hard to get it off once you get it on. And the older you get, it's that much harder. The metabolism don't burn like it used to. That's just like an old car. Yeah. We burn some gas up now. So I got to put that high octane in me now. And that high octane is the right food.
If we eat the way our grandparents ate, when they had their own house, had their little bit of land, they grew their own fruits.
Yep.
We good.
But if you look back then, how many obese people did you see? Even though their rations may not have been where you can go back and get seconds and thirds, but that's what it was. They ate one plate, and 9 times out of 10, the food was gone. So they was healthy.
Yep. You couldn't store it like you wanted to.
Yes. Buying all this extra food, and that's another thing. how much money do we spend on food that we don't eat, stuff that we don't eat? We go in the grocery store, we buy it, we put it in the refrigerator,
Go bad.
and it go bad.
I got some fruit that's probably about some bananas right now, and it's probably going to turn almost brown now. Yeah.
If we buy just enough for us to eat, just enough for supper, and that's why I tell my wife that we need to do, buy just enough for us to eat, to where we ain't got leftovers, because 9 times out of 10, we don't want the leftovers, and then we end up throwing them away. You know, for one, we're going to be healthier. 2, we're going to save finances because we're not going to spend as much money as we should spend.
And that's going to help you in your relationship.
Yes, because
that ain't going to ruin. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just wanting to be around long as I can to see my kids continue to grow and to see my grandkids.
But not just be around, thriving.
And the thing about that, that's the other part. I didn't answer that part. I'm glad you said that. I can still, at 52, I can still go out and run and play with my grandkid. I can play basketball with my son.
How good does that feel?
Yeah.
And that's what, and I look at it with dads, in which you've been a dad. So if you can do it with your grandson, you can do it with your boys.
Your boy, yeah.
And it's boys that I know that I grew up with that got kids. And I'm like, yes, I know that this is my life, this is my business, but that still don't give you no excuse for why you got your dad bod, or you out here, you got a drink at every restaurant that you go to.
Mm-hmm. Every function at the house, you come home, you're cracking.
Oh, I'm eating good fried chicken. It's Thanksgiving every week.
Yeah.
It can't. We can't do that as men, especially as leaders. Mm-hmm. Because regardless, whoever the head person of each household is, you still should be leading and showing up. And there's no way that if you're doing a lot of drinking, you're doing a lot of bad eating, and you're not working out, and you ain't working on that faith,
mm-hmm.
there's no way that you are showing up to be the man that you can be. Especially when you get in that circle of all your boys and you bragging on yourself about everything that's going on. So that's why I show up with so much confidence in who I am, because I can be out here with my shirt off, cowboy hat, boots, and all that on, and I'm still hard on myself, and I don't like the way I look right now. Yeah. But that's just me. Yeah. Being hard on myself. But Kenzie this morning, I got out the shower, flex for me.
She want to see her baby.
And that's every day.
She want, baby, show me what you got.
Exactly. And I get a little shy, I get to blush a little bit. Yeah. But it's the confidence, and you work. People battle with confidence. Mm-hmm. But that's because they probably lied to themselves too many times. And didn't keep their promise to themselves or to other people that's around. Mm-hmm. So that's why I can show up, or Kenzie show up, and when we together, the energy that we bring and people just love us, it's because we actually work at everything that we do. And we don't live the life we live. We aren't where we at because of not showing up. We had to show up even more.
You had to put the time in.
Yeah.
You had to put the time in. So I'm going to say this. Once again, continue to be yourself. When you go around your friends, and some of them are weak-minded, that maybe they don't want to drink when they get around everybody else, but everybody else is doing it, so I'm going to do it. Yeah. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. No. Everybody else is pulling up at McDonald's. Everybody else is pulling up. No. If nothing else, say, man, I'm going to go up here at Subway and give me a wrap. Mm-hmm. Watch what you eat. Yeah, I know. I ain't got that. I'm 52 years old. But I still look good. I'm 217.
There you go.
I need to be 210. My wife said I was 210 about a month ago.
All right.
And then I slipped and started eating some tater chips. I started eating some tater chips. And then I eat a half a bag. And then next thing I know, sitting down on that couch, I eat the rest of that bag. And I picked that. But I seen it. I see myself, and I'm like, I can't do that. I can't go back to where I was. So I know I got 7 pounds I got to lose. And I told Kim, I'm not trying to get buff. I'm not trying to be, I'm happy with the size of my arms the way they is now. I just need to get this midsection off, and I'm happy.
And that's just making a couple more right decisions. It
That's-
ain't even switching up. It
No.
ain't even getting rid of the bag of chips. Just make better decisions.
Better decision.
And then,
because I hadn't been exercising. That was my thing. That's my thing. I was doing my push-ups, but then my shoulders ain't been the best. But I was like, boy, they pain. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna join the gym starting Monday. I said everything's gonna be light. Everything gonna be light. Extra reps. But I wouldn't take my shirt off when I go to the beach. I keep a tank top on or either a t-shirt on. Kim said, you gonna take your shirt off? I'm like, no. She said, look at that over there with that shirt off. And I'm talking about, man, he had triplets.
yeah.
He had the pregnant horse belly. I mean, I'm like, I said, yeah, but that ain't me. I said,
I got standards.
I
ain't at that standard, but I don't want to.
But when I do get to that standard, I take it off.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, she like, look at you, boy, go on and pose for me real quick. I be like, girl, go on some and make you blush.
Yeah, there you go.
It make you blush.
Yeah.
They like what they see.
Yeah.
But I just want to continue to stay at that 210, and I'm happy. I'm happy. Like I said, I don't need to be Jay. He's swole.
It's hard being Jay.
He's thick.
That's what I tell Kenzie. It's hard.
He ain't that size. He ain't that same size at that high school Jay I seen. Yeah. And far from it.
Yeah.
You swole up, boy.
Yeah.
But I like it though, man.
Appreciate it.
Because you working.
Yeah.
You putting that time in.
Yeah.
You ain't letting nobody tell you, no, man, you ain't got to be that big. You ain't got. But you a good size though.
Yeah, and I want to get a little bit smaller. Yeah.
You ain't that Mechadon.
Yeah.
Walking around here, they can land a 747 on your back because your back is wide.
I'm an athlete at heart, and looking like that, being like that, there's no way that you can move. And right now, I'm better in sports. I was always a great catcher, and I could always throw the thing, but I can do all that even better. And playing ball now, basketball, better than I was in high school. And as I get late bloomers, probably what they would call it. And I will put my money against anybody right now. But for one, also, not because I know I'm in shape and I got it and I can move and still do all that, but that heart.
And see, let me ask you this question. I know it's your show. Let me ask you this question.
Ask me anything.
If they had red shirt or reclass back when you was in school, would you have done it your senior year?
I would have.
Why would you have done it?
Because with me knowing what I know now, being a late bloomer, maybe I needed that one extra year to do. Because our coach, and he might see it, but he apologized at the end, so it's totally fine that he hears it. He didn't do me right. Didn't do me any justice to get me out there. Even though I had a couple of scholarships, but me personally, I went to ECU not for sports, even though I had 7 other scholarships. But that's where I wanted to be, even though he could have tried a little bit harder
to get you there.
Get me there. Or maybe that one extra year I could have got there. But I wish, because I train a lot of private school kids that's actually reclassing and stuff now. I wish I could have done it, but I don't regret anything. Like I don't regret playing in college, because it got me to where if I would have switched up one thing, we wouldn't be right here talking. So then that goes back to your question: do you wish you would have reclassed? It's still a if. Because if I would have reclassed, probably wouldn't be right here right now.
But you know why I don't? It was God playing. You walking the path that you supposed to be walking. That's plain day. And I tell my boys that all the time. I said, you going through whatever you're going through now. You could have went here, you could have went there, Kennedy, changed schools. The coach left at Western Carolina, and he was upset. Now I got to go somewhere else. A new coach coming in, blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. I said, maybe it's meant for you to go somewhere else. Yeah. I said, maybe it's meant for you. I said, to be where you're going to be at. I said, because now, I talked to him, and he was like, Dad, I know what you're talking about now. Because he would never met his girlfriend now. Yeah. Which they've been together going 2.5 years. I said, you wouldn't have met the friends that you have now. I said, once again, once you go through something and you try to figure out, well, man, why am I going through this? But as the years go on, weeks go on, days go on, and finally your eyes open up, you be like, that's the reason I had to go through what I went through. That's the path. That's the reason why I had to go down that path to help me where I am now. Yeah.
I think, and that could have been God talking to me back then.
And didn't
even know it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, with everything else that was going on, that was the reason. Mm-hmm. That was the reason why. But
because I broke my leg my senior year. I was on the championship 90 team. Mm-hmm. Backed up all the receivers, but I was starting corner. My senior year, I broke my leg in passing league. Both bones. Mm-hmm. No contact. This passing league. Coach asked me, basically it was like a reclass then. He was like, you can come back your original senior year and you won't be able to play any sports. He said, but you'll take half your classes now and take half your classes that following year, which would have been 93 for me. He said, but you'll be able to play every sport that next year. I said, you know what? I don't want to, Coach. I said, for one, at that time, I was like, everybody going to think I'm dumb. Everybody going to think I flunked. I said, and two, I want to graduate with everybody that I've come up with. Which I had schools looking at me then. Back then, Mac Brown was at Carolina. That was back Mac Brown was at Carolina. And they came in and, had sent letters. Back then, everybody was getting them letters. But I was going to be the best defender on the team that year. And I was going to be the second best receiver beside Maurice Mebane. So, it was a squad about to stay. Because I think they might have won that next year. But that wasn't the path that I was supposed to go on. Because if I'd have went that path, ain't no telling where we wouldn't be here now. Yeah.
One different decision.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You gave almost 20 years to one career before return and building your own business. Mm-hmm. What gave you the courage to bet on yourself?
It took me a while. I was with the company, Frito-Lay, 19 and a half years. New people come in, new management, things change. I started getting stressed out over the job because the changes that they was making, they wasn't for me. It was all about them. When we first got there, it was about us. But stressed out, coming home, not knowing I was doing it, but taking my frustration out on Kim, just nitpicking this, nitpicking that, and prayed and asked the Lord to lead me. I always knew I wanted to have my own business. And one day just looking at YouTube and seeing jokers pressure washing, I'm like, I can do that. I said, I done it before. And I just prayed about it. And just said, Lord, lead me. And May 2024, I retired. Ain't looked back since. The Lord has blessed me because there's a ton of pressure washing business out here. Mm-hmm. And I'm still able to play golf, go on vacation, and still have finances able to take care of my bills and take care of my family because of his blessing. Because without him, I wouldn't make it. Yeah. I would not have made it, and I wouldn't make it, because like I said, it's so many companies out here that's washing, but the Lord continue to bring me what I need. And I want to say this to you. Take care of what he gives you. Because if you don't take care of what he gives you, he's not going to give you more. So if he's blessing you with stuff, but you're not taking care of what he's giving you, why would you think he would give you more? And that's why I got to find myself, because when I was working at Frito-Lay, I knew I had a check coming in and I knew about what that check was going to be. So I could go out here and be like, okay, I know I got this coming in. Okay, we'll go do this. I go buy that. But now that I have my own business, it's like, okay, the Lord is blessing me with this. So I'm putting this aside here. I'm putting this aside there, because I'm getting older. And if it's time for me to stop, I got to make sure I have enough to just say, okay, it's over. But God continued to bless me, so I'm not throwing away what he blessed me with. So what he's given me, I'm taking care of it, so he can see, okay, I can give him more, because he's going to take care of what I give him.
Yeah. I appreciate that, because during COVID, I graduated into 2019, did my internship at Williams, and then right after my internship, that they was going back to school, so it was the end of 2021, I believe, that first semester technically. School started back in August. I was the ISS teacher over at Graham High School.
Graham, okay.
Started there in the ISS. I just needed a check. That's all it was. Since I had just graduated, Kenzie was still in school at Charlotte. So I did my internship, got the ground, position opened up for a PE teacher, which they already knew that I'm a health fitness specialist. This is what I wanted to do anyway, but they got me at the ISS position knowing that I'm gonna eventually come into that position when one opened up. So one semester there opened up for me. So I became the PE teacher, assistant football coach, assistant basketball coach, 2020 to 2021, and then the season of 2021, still PE coach and became the head varsity coach for basketball, men's basketball. And through that, I was working through that. I didn't want to do it. I love the kids, wanted to give back, but with not having the help of the people that was above me and the parents not showing up for the kids.
For the kids.
And I'm respectful. I grew up, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. I didn't call my coach the N-word. I don't even say the N-word right now myself. Because I have enough respect. And none of my boys, and all my boys was on the football team. You know all of them, all 8, 9, 10 of them, and none of them call me that, because they can call themselves that, but just don't call me that. And one of the kids, just because they see me like a big brother. I wasn't a stigma, older white man, PE coach, or older white lady or whatever in there. So they looked at me like a big brother. They actually listened to me more than they would any other teacher. But it just wasn't, I knew I was making a difference, but I wasn't making that big of an impact. Plus, I'm coaching. I got my fitness business. So that's on the back burner, because I'm coaching and at the school 10 hours a day. Barely seeing Kenzie. So I knew that I couldn't make the biggest impact, although I was still making a big impact for them. I knew that I could make an even bigger impact probably doing something outside of just teaching. Then all the stress that it put on me and Kenzie's relationship, even though she was good because she knew that was the season that we were in, and my finances was bringing in, because she was still in school during COVID. They were on Zoom, so she was back home anyway.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we had our own apartment or whatever. But we wasn't as happy, and she knew I wasn't as happy, even though she supported me and barely seen her most days. except for on the weekends or 2 months during the summertime or something. And then, so everything, my business, everything got put on the back burner so I could go do that to make more money. So doing before school, my business, training 1 or 2 clients. So that's up 3:30, 4 o'clock. Be at the school by 7:30, 8. Need to be there by 7:30. I was probably getting there by like 8:15.
Yeah.
I'm an ISS teacher or PE coach. You can say what you need to me.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah.
So then that's when I quit there, and I became the head coach over at ISI, which is like a boutique fitness place.
Gotcha.
Plus my business. So then get there, try to build that up. I built that up. My business still on the back burner, and also still not giving Kenzie what she needs.
Yes.
But we were still happy, still there, because she knew, like, this, like the seasons we got to go through. She trusted me to lead the way I needed to, and then I was like, "This enough is enough." I mean, I'm not getting paid the way I should. I know I'm worth this. And then one thing, her dad, he showed me what I was worth by me training him. You telling me I can make this in 30 minutes? Because all he want to do is work out 30 minutes. We ain't gonna do with certain things anyway.
Yeah.
Because he want what he want. And we ain't working out no more than 30 minutes. I want something quick and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Quick and to the point. And so he showed me what my worth was. So you telling me you believe, even though I'm your son-in-law or whatever, but you believe in me this much that I can help still make a difference. But you believe in me to pay me this.
Yeah.
That's probably a full day what most people would pay
to get you where you are. It's the clientele.
Yeah.
You got to have the right clientele.
Yeah.
And I'm learning that out here now. You know, people gonna complain about your prices.
Yep.
But if they really want you, they're gonna pay it.
If you know that I can make a difference in your life, you gonna pay me.
And the thing about it is, I tell them this right here. I said, you'll go out here and you'll pay $200 for a pair of shoes that you may wear once, maybe twice a month, because you got so many other shoes in there. But you won't take the time to pay for your house to look decent. You got green mold all on the side of your house. Your driveway black as I don't know what. But you rather look good on the inside, which I know it don't matter, but why do you take care of the inside? You don't take care of the outside. Same thing with you. You gonna go somewhere and pay this gym membership, but you ain't got a clue of what you doing in that gym, and you working on the wrong thing when I can show you exactly what you want to work on after you tell, okay, I need to work on this, this, and this. I want this reason. Here's a plan for you right here.
Yeah. And then like me, and I bet on myself. So after that, I did 2 years there. So 2023, beginning of 2024, I think that right before the summertime is when I put in my 2 weeks notice. I was like, I'm betting on myself. I ain't have my clientele. I still had a little bit of clients, but it wasn't where, hey, Jay, you can just go ahead and quit, go do your thing, because you know what you got here. But it was, I went out, I bet on myself, I bet on me and Kenzie, and that was the best decision. So now, 2.5, 3 years later down the road, it's been the best thing. God has blessed us in many ways. And I think, and I was matter of fact, I was driving on the way to the lake. They was already there because I had to stay and I had to work.
Gotcha.
They already got up there the day before. I stayed here by myself and everything. And I bet on myself. And I think on that drive, I was getting ready to have a phone call with her. She was going to ask me, hey, Jay, what are your plans? Can I count on you? That was the conversation. Can I count on you to still be here? I was like, you know what? I got to bet on myself. Nothing against you, but I got to bet on myself because this is what I got to do for my family. And it was the best decision. She understood, left on good terms and everything. I still love them, support them any way I can. But it's the best thing. And I'm proud of you for betting on yourself for that. So when I did my research on you, for me to see you did 20 years and then you bet on yourself, not knowing the reason, and now knowing the reason, and see that we was in the exact same spot. From the finances to the family to the wives, making sure we keep them happy, because we can come back, we stressed out, we don't even want to talk about it, but they wondering why we stressed out, and then we nitpicking. So it's appreciate that. I'm just glad we were smart enough to bet on ourselves and everything else, because when we bet on ourselves, we believe in ourselves, we done built that confidence and that internal, I don't even know the word to use, but
that's what we have to do, Jay. And it's gonna get hard sometimes. You know, it may get slow. You know,
and it's been slow.
Yeah, and then you ask yourself, okay, Lord, and I got to continue to tell myself, okay, I'm seasonal. You know, in April, May, then that's things start picking up, but September, everything start dying off. So that's why I said I have to learn how to manage what God has given me and not blow everything I got, because if things do get slow, you know, I didn't put money aside, you know, for that. You know, I got down on myself, you know, not down on myself. It's just sometimes you have that doubt in your mind because we're human. This is flesh, you know, and you wondering, Lord, why, you know, why won't things pick up? But that's why he put Kim in my life, because for her to say, okay, why are you doubting yourself? You said you prayed about it. Now leave it alone. He's going to make a way. And it's like a day or two later, boom, calls start coming in. Boom, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know, so, you know, we have to have, you know, our spouses to be our backbone sometimes. You know, because sometimes, like I said, we're human, we're flesh, we're going to doubt. You know, but we need them to be there for us and say, we're going to make it through this. You know, we got to be the same way for them. So, yeah, man. So, you know, just keep striving, you know, keep believing, keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud. And don't nobody else tell you, I'm proud of you.
Appreciate it.
I'm proud of you, man. You keep working hard and good things going to continue to come to you, you know, and it's going to probably come a point where you may have to move out of this building because the clientele, it's not going to be enough. You know, so, but you got to take care of this first before you expand. Plain and simple.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I got you.
Well,
Got you.
he ain't going to say it, but I'm going to say it. Man, thank you for having me on. It means a whole lot to me.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it loud. I love you, man.
I love you. I love you.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
proud of you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Thanks for having Rancho Bartholomew on, man. Listen, y'all listen to this. You need some help, get at your boy. He gonna do you right. He gonna do his research, because when he sent me some stuff, I was like, man, this joker done did his research. He know a whole bunch about me. I was like, so he's thorough on what he do. And I seen that just by, you know, him interviewing me, asking me the questions he's asking me, because I didn't think he knew some of the stuff he knew, you know, but he done went back and he done it, man. And I'm proud of you, man. Once again, I'm proud of you.
Before we get up out of here, where did you get the name We Them Boys Pressure Washer? What are that names?
Well, you know, I'm a Cowboys fan. Been a Cowboys fan my whole life. And that's where it came from. But after my second year, I thought about some things, and the name is gonna stay the same, but my logo changed. because my dad told me a long time ago when I used to get upset about the Cowboys losing, he said, man, are they paying you any money for you to hoop and holler and root for them like this? I'm like, no. And I thought about that when I looked at the logo. I was like, man, the Cowboys ain't paying me no money to have that star in the back of my logo.
Yeah.
So now we them boys is me and my boys.
There you go.
Pressure washing.
There you go.
So yeah, so
And
that's
you
what
see,
we
I
had.
had to come out with the.
Come on now, he got
with
them
the blue. With the blue.
So he got them boys, but see, he ain't got nothing on these right here. I'm glistening, shining, baby. What you got?
You put some lotion on them ankles.
No, ain't
Yeah,
nothing. Straight out the shower, straight over here. Y'all know, hey, as black people, two things gonna happen. If you put lotion on in the summertime, you're gonna do a whole lot of sweating. But if you don't put no lotion on in the wintertime, you just gonna be ashy. And it was too hot out there for me to put no lotion on. I said, I won't be ashy today. It's too hot, too hot, too hot.
I'll be honest, I figured out what to do is put coconut oil on.
Coconut oil.
Because the lotion's too thick, too creamy, so
Too
you
creamy,
really
yeah.
you're gonna feel that hot.
Yeah.
That oil, that coconut oil, cooking coconut oil.
Yeah.
I just ordered off Amazon.
Well, let me ask you this though. What that coconut oil do in the sun? Will it be like a sunblock, or does it? I mean,
Well, in most, I think so, because it don't burn me.
Okay.
But in most sunscreens
Yeah.
and good sunscreens, or like women's makeup and stuff
Yeah.
like that, hair product, you still gonna put your hair products in.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff got coconut oil in it.
Okay. I'm gonna try it though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try
I mean,
it.
you ain't gotta. Like, I got coconut oil on me now,
Yeah,
but it goes on smooth.
Smooth.
And
Yeah.
it's thin. You ain't gonna be ashy. So
You ain't glistening either. So yeah.
Yeah,
You ain't, oh, I was gonna say yeah.
Yeah, when I'm out at the lake, we at the lake every weekend.
Yeah.
And I still
You
put it on.
Yeah,
I still
okay.
put
Well,
it
I'm
on.
gonna try it then, cause I be out there in that sun, boy. Kim's like, please come back home the same color.
Yeah. No. I'm dark. I'm 2, 3, 4,
What?
5 shades dark.
Good gracious, boy!
Yeah.
I'm telling you, boy. You look at it. Look right there. You can't
And
see
you know I got my shirt off, so I'm dark.
That let you know right there. Look at that tan right there.
There you go.
God almighty. Out there, and that sun will get you every time.
Yeah, every time.
Sun will get you every time.
Before we get out of here, I'm not a Cowboys fan. My pa is, so I grew up with him in the house, hooting and hollering. So it's been some seasons where y'all ain't done so good. Couple seasons where y'all might have.
Yeah.
I'm a Ravens fan. Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
And as soon as you say you was 52 years old, that's all I could think of. I knew you were a Cowboys fan. I'm a Ravens fan. 52. Ray Lewis. I'm a diehard. No matter.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my team.
That's me.
I ain't switching up. But Cowboys fans versus Ravens fans. Let's settle it right now. What builds more character? Suffering as a Cowboys fan or being a Ravens fan?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Both of us in the same boat. You on one side with a paddle. I'm on the other side with a paddle. Because it's been so long since we won one. Even though it's been less that y'all won one, what's that, 90?
Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis had his last year.
So what was that, 90, was it 2000?
2000. I don't know. I think I was in middle school maybe.
Yeah. So I will say this. We both the same, but I think it would be worse for us because we're considered America's team.
Well, when you put that
And
when you put that standard on yourself,
when you put that standard up, bingo. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not one of them fans that say we win the Super Bowl every year. No. I just want to get one step farther than we got last year. Yeah, so my goal this year is to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I like to win 2 games, but I'm not getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Let's just make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a realist. I thought, we stayed healthy last year. We had a chance at the end, but last year just wasn't for us. A couple years ago, I thought we had a chance, but compared, I don't know. And I thought y'all had a chance.
Yeah.
But
Couldn't
just
pull it
seemed
through.
like
Couldn't pull it through. Yeah.
I don't know if it's the big games
Yeah.
or what it is, but I really thought y'all had a chance. Was it last year or year before last?
Year for last.
Year before last. Yeah, I thought that was y'all year.
Yeah, I thought it was too, but it's all right.
But both of us,
We ain't getting paid. We ain't getting
I ain't
paid.
getting paid. I ain't getting paid a dime. I know it's fun.
Yeah.
But sometimes to get upset the way I used to get upset and couldn't go to sleep.
Yeah.
Cause I mean I'm furious. I'm hot. I'm burning.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're just like, man, they paying you any money. I'm like, I said, man, and that thing it really hit me and stuck me. I'm like, so I watch games now where I don't get upset. I don't get upset with the games no more. Not like I used to.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, come on, man. Y'all know y'all should have won it. But when the game is over, it's over for me.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah. Yep.
All right. Two things. What's one message you want every husband and father hearing this podcast to walk away with? If you could just say it in one sentence.
Say that again now.
What is one message you want every husband and father hearing this podcast to walk away with? If you could say it in one word or one sentence.
I would say be there for your family. And that meaning if your wife needs something, be there for your wife. If your kids need something, be there for your kids. If you have to work, I understand, but it means a whole lot for that child to look up in the stands and see you in the stands, or awards program and seeing you out there in the seat. It means a whole lot.
Right on. What does it mean to thrive? Your version. Because we can have a million different, everybody's thriving definition is different.
For me, the definition of thriving would be, I would say, setting goals for yourself and pushing as hard as you can to get to those goals.
There we go.
So whatever goals you have in your life, set those goals and do what you have to do within your means to reach those goals.
All right. So how can everybody find you? How can everybody support you? How can we support you? How can we look you up?
If I'm on Facebook, I think it's We Them Boys Pressure Washing, Chris Miles. If you want to reach me by email, my email is laughoutloudproduction with no S on the end at yahoo.com. And you can reach me on my cell at 336-263-5341 for any of your pressure washing needs. I do stand-up comedy. So any of those needs you want, family reunions, funerals, bar mitzvahs, it don't matter. As long as you're paying, I'm going to bring some type of jokes.
There we go. Y'all heard it best. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you. And I love you.
Yes, sir. Love you too, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Once again, from and we out.
We out. Love y'all.
Man, I like this, man. I like this, man. You doing, hey.